How much is Jesus?
You gonna always see me smiling. I'm gonna show you what real restoration looks like. Okay, welcome to the BlaCc show. Kinda shorter because this week my podcast has been taken over by the two beautiful women that you see on the screen. My beautiful wife, JaNaè, and my beautiful daughter, Cheyenne.
Well, Rupert is trying to take over the screen too.
Oh, okay, Rupert. I don't even get a picture this episode, so there's that. All right, so but look, this episode we gonna talk about trolls. We're gonna talk about people on the internet that's been coming after me, coming after my wife since we've been on the Netflix show.
Well, not just trolls, supporters too.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. Supporters too. I mean, you claim that I got the supporters and you got all the trolls, and I don't got none.
Wait, what? I claim?
Yes, you claim.
I claim? Like, when you say that, it makes it sound like you don't believe me.
I mean, I got a little hate too. People say stuff about me.
Okay. Yeah, they not coming for you the way they coming for me, baby.
Okay. Well, what we gonna do this episode? We gonna go on my BlaCc site first, and then we gonna look at the comments that people seeing that people can't see in the public. So we ain't talking about the social media posts, nothing like that. Yeah, nothing public. These are the private messages that people sent me on the BlaCc site. So let's dig into them. Let's see what we got.
All right. Well, let's see here. We'll go through a few of them. Cheyenne, you read, I don't know. So, and just so y'all know, on the Black is Jesus website, it's a space where, the website was featured on the dang on show. So a lot of people know where they can write him directly. And if they don't already write him in prison, which you also didn't name, babe, you've gotten dozens of messages in the prison, and every single one of them has been supportive. Right?
Yeah, ain't nobody about to pay the troll.
Not that one. Let's see. This is a nice one. Okay. You can read that one.
I don't even know what that word is. What is that? Redeemer?
Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah.
You and your wife and daughter are in my prayers. God is your redeemer and your restorer. He is able. You are already changed.
That was sweet. There was the Christian based somebody who clearly know the Lord and praying for us. That was lovely. And they said something nice about me and Cheyenne. That's a good one, the first feature. There's people in here asking when your podcast is coming out. Yeah, I don't know if that was worth reading. There are some very long ones. Some people was writing books, but it was mostly overwhelmingly positive of the people who have written things.
Wait.
What?
No, yeah, this one was
positive. Yeah. Lots of positivity from also a lot of Christians, a lot of people talking about God and how they believe you could be restored, which is great. I mean, there were some people who's like, I'm not a person of faith, but I really do think you are able to be transformed, which was also really cool. Okay, you could read that one, not the long one underneath it, but just that short one.
God bless you, brother. Anything I can do to support you from over the pond, let me know. You are an inspiration, brother.
Oh, that's nice. And yeah, it says it's from the UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
We got somebody said, I don't believe you're an evil man. If you were, your story wouldn't be worth telling. You could do that one. This one.
I just wanted to say I watched your documentary and I think what you're doing is amazing.
See, these are all so far very nice.
Okay.
Then some people are like telling you their own stories of like needing compassion. Some of them have been through the system themselves. Some of them have been combating like drug addiction. Which one? What? Which one?
That one. I saw that.
Oh, I didn't even see that one.
What is that?
It said, oh my gosh. What?
Wait, who said that?
What? What is this?
Cassie?
What is that?
That had to be like,
Oh no, I think they're talking about another case. As a look, because then look, there's no question in my mind that God led me to you. It's a very long story, but it's the same. It's the same thing.
Dang.
Yeah, but
Someone said, please help with all caps at the end. So clearly they want to talk to you. They said,
Yeah.
please call help.
yeah,
call
there's
me
like people
anytime.
who want you to call and help them because they're like, this was an actual lawyer who's like working on somebody's case. That's crazy. So there's lots of people saying like this is not an isolated story. People talking about how they were victims of domestic violence and what it's meant to like watch your story and believe that redemption is possible, knowing that they don't necessarily need to be in relationship with the person in which, you know, harmed them, but recognizing like appreciating that even from afar, those people can like grow and change, and that's good.
Okay. I mean, no, I need
Okay, here's like a stupid one. Talk me about that stupid one. There's like ones where people just say dumb things.
Like, why did you keep throwing up gang signs on your wedding tape in season 5? Why didn't you allow?
They said you threw up gang signs. But you know what? Here is a yeah, folks see me dabbing my nose. Cheyenne that got me sick.
Are you sick?
No, but my nose is running and it wasn't before. And then until your nose was running. Anyway. In the episode though, we do have our wedding scene, and no, of course, he was not throwing up gang signs, but this did make me think of the fact that like you had, babe, somebody hop in the video with you where y'all are supposed to be not friends and like rivals, and clearly it is not set up the way that people think prison is set up, where you just like hate everybody and just because people roll with one group of folks versus another. So
yeah, that's my dude. That's my dude foot. I got a blood in my wedding in my video. You know, imagine that.
So yeah, like and no, Dontez is not currently an active gang member.
You ain't gotta listen. You ain't gotta talk about my gangster.
I'm just saying, like, because you know that's gonna be the thing. That's the next layer of the thing.
You gotta do all that.
Okay.
Okay, listen. That's cool. What about the smoke, man? Who said something?
Well, in the same dude, one of the questions he asked, and this actually might be a question worth you answering, baby. His question is, are you saying it was necessary for Danielle to die a violent death in order for you to make a difference?
See, what they did on that was they played that out of context. I was talking like before I even said the part they played out of context. What I was saying was like, I don't understand. I was saying like, yes, I came to prison and I've been able to do all this impactful stuff, but I'm like, I used to question God all the time, like, why would that have to be the cause? Like, why do I have to be in here for Danielle's death? Like I said, because like it's an accident. It was an accident. So it's like that's something you don't plan for. It's not premeditated. It's not prior calculation design. So it's like I used to be in here like angry and going at it with God about that. So and that was the part that I was talking about, but they kind of like cherry picked it and made it seem like I was saying like this is what it had to be.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. I can't even really. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like I don't feel like Danielle had to die for me to be able to do this, but it's one of the things that I don't have the answer to. I'm not privy to all of God's plans and the workings of what He has planned for my life. I just know that when I'm called, I answer it. You know.
How? Mm.
Yeah. All right, but okay, so you want more because again, your website is overwhelmingly positive things.
We
You
said
want to
that.
read more smoke? Which one you
Well,
want?
This one.
Which one? Go ahead.
It
Go
says
ahead.
it says you want to create a program to teach communication skills and how to respect women, but you get married while you're incarcerated. You have not even been out in the real world and you're already that obsessed with being with someone. Be by yourself. This is the dumbest website ever, and you just look so
Don't say the word.
effing guilty. You are disgraceful, and I hope your daughter sees your narcissistic ways disgusting. But like, it's like. Mm. I'm
Go,
trying.
you go on and address that one. That people talking about how you should be. Go ahead and address that one.
Girl.
Say what you gotta say.
I'm trying to say it in a nicer way. I'm trying to say it in a nicer way. Because they be like, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
And,
All right. Well, you ain't said nothing.
Because I wasn't about, I want to get to the. Oh, I didn't even see that one. He left his daughter there to die, no excuse. Being charming or handsome or black are not good reasons to let him out or marry him. I sincerely hope I'm wrong. You are. Obviously I'm not dead, so it's like how are people gonna tell you what you tried to do, or like he left his daughter there to die? Like, oh yeah, he purposely just left me there. Like, I just think like you were so caught off guard, and like you couldn't just take me on the run. And I feel like you realized what happened, and you weren't thinking, and you just like ran, because that's what anybody probably would have done. I mean, if I was in that situation, I would have just dropped everything and left and tried to run away from the situation. I don't know. I feel like
That's because you're also 19.
yeah, I'm
And
also
like
19,
young,
and you are
immature 19-year-olds
do that. And it's like they're saying that, but if you were in that position, what would you do? You're like, I just don't understand.
well, no, a lot of people do a lot of Monday night quarterbacking. It's always people talking about what the hell they would do in a situation that they was never in. It's almost like when you're watching a boxing match and you're telling somebody like you're supposed to slip the jab and then go up under there and do this, do that. Knowing if it was you in that ring fighting that same person, you would get your ass knocked out in 2 seconds. But even on the Netflix though, I blame some of it on Netflix and Transistor, because it was no holes in my story, and what they did was they omitted stuff. So they would give people bits and pieces of the story. To you, it's like I done told this story flat out. But the part they left out was the fact that when everything happened, I was about to think about taking you on the run with me. And then I'm like, no, hell no, I can't do that. But the gunshot went off in this little apartment. So, and in my mind, and I'm drunk and I'm out of it. So in my mind, I feel like the police is about to come any second now. So my thing was like, okay, the police is about to come in and they're going to find Danielle, they're going to find you, and then and you're going to be safe, right? But to me, I'm on the run. So I seen the police coming. Now, I don't know, in hindsight, I can see that they must have been going to another call or something. But I seen the lights and I seen everything coming down. So when I seen the police lights, that's when I ran off and went to a side of the building and fled that way. But so in my mind, you was in police custody, the police had, and I was on the run. It wasn't until later on the next day that I realized that I wasn't on the run, because I'm like, okay, I'm about to call my mother and my grandmother for the last time before I go on the run. I'm like, well, before I stay on the run or eventually get caught and go to prison for life. So this is my chain of events, and I went and got high after that, smoking the wet or whatever. But hold on, let me. This thing is. Okay. So when it wasn't until I called my mother the next day and I realized that I wasn't on the run. My mother was talking normal, asking me why did I miss work. So that's when it finally hit me that you were there. And anybody who has smoked cigarette before understands that 30 hours go by and it seemed like it had only been 20 minutes. Like you lose all track of time. So, but once I discovered that no one knew that you were there, I called some people. I ain't trying to get them in trouble after the fact, but I called somebody to get a ride to go get you. So I'm like, okay, now I got to go get my daughter, and then I was going to have you on the run with me. By the time I get there, the police had the apartment surrounded. So by the time I got there, the police had discovered it and all that type of stuff. So, and then I got arrested about maybe 30, 40, 50 minutes later. So that's what actually happened. But I tell all that in the Netflix show, but they cut it out, so nobody actually hears that part. All right, so next, what's going on? Because like, what's next?
Are you only wanting to breed? I don't know what do you want to?
I mean, because okay, let me just address this about the trolls and why I'm not engaging them no more. You know, the other day, dude slid off in my DM and he was talking about, oh, I should be raped, and I'm a bitch ass nigga. I should be raped. I should be beat up. All this other stuff, and it made me feel good for 1 second. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to clap back at him. So, you know, I'm like, hold up. First of all, pause. Don't be coming to my DM, sliding here, talking about no sex. Because at the end of the day, rape is still sex. You talk about violent sex, and I'm like, it's just not kosher. So I hit back at him, and then I screenshot the exchange, and then I posted, and then people started clowning him, and then he blocked me. So like I trolled him back. So I'm like, you know what? For real. I'm like, I'm not doing that no more, because at the end of the day, I was moving like a thermostat. I was moving like a thermometer. So a thermometer, it just reflects the temperature. It just reads the temperature. It shows you if it's 80 degrees, it says 80 degrees. But what I actually move like in real life is a thermostat. A thermostat actually dictates. It actually controls the climate. It controls the temperature. And with that, I was letting that troll bring me, like I was just reflecting the heat that he was sending off. But I'm like, the way that I'm gonna beat people, the way that I'm gonna win is to continue winning in life. I'm gonna continue to just do the things that I've been doing. I'm gonna continue to grow. I'm gonna continue to evolve, and then you can react to that. You can be neutral about it. You can hate it. You can love it. Whatever. But I'm gonna be the one to set the tone. I'm never going back to that. Even though this week, Cheyenne, you've been on an anti-troll campaign. You want to tell the people about that?
I went on JaNaè's page, and then there were some girls, they're girls that were laughing at her post, and one was like of her grandfather that passed away. So I had DM all three of them. One of them had blocked me. like I came to see her account, and then one of them responded and said, "What?" And I said, "I saw that you laughed at I said JaNaè Bates, like do you know who she is? Post." And I just wanted to know if you was one of her haters before I go off on you. And so, and then
Did she respond?
No, I just texted it because I didn't text it yesterday because I was like, let me go to bed and just let me just go to bed. And then yesterday I went on my dad's BlaCc podcast, and I responded to this other guy or whoever his name was, or it could have been a she. His
oh yeah, because it was like Jim,
saying like, how, like, smoking something, how do you remember this if you were high, just saying stuff. And I responded, it wasn't nice. Then I went on the Netflix trailer and responded to everybody that had something to say about him, because it was mostly comments about him. It wasn't saying anything about anybody else on the trailer. And so I was just responding. And people just be having opinions about stuff they don't know about. Like, they be like, oh, like one was like on here was like, my mom is only doing it for me. And it's like, yes, that could be also it, but if she's only doing it for me, she would have made that known. She like, you don't know the conversation she had with my dad on outside of the pod. Like she talked to my dad and said, I forgive you and everything. If she didn't, if she probably does forgive him. And if she felt like she was only doing it for me, she would have said, I'm only doing this for my daughter. I still don't like you. I don't care for you or none of that. She would have made that known. So it's like everybody has opinions of what she's only doing it for this. Like y'all don't even know. Like they only showed what they wanted to show to make everybody look bad, but you don't see what the conversation is happening outside of that or behind the scenes. So then I just gotta shut everybody down because I'm like, y'all don't know. And now I gotta come in and cuss everybody out.
No, you do not need to cuss anybody out.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so this is what you all podcast listeners should pay attention to. Dante, you don't.
I absolutely do.
Dontez and I have made a real decision to not respond negatively to people with negative things to say. Because frankly, like the reality is the reason that we did the show, which we talk about all the time, the only reason we did it is because we wanted to be able to tell a story of redemption, tell the story of what can happen when you get to reconcile with people, the way in which like we have people who are thrown away into the prison system as if 90% of people who are locked up are not coming home. If we really believe 95%. So if we really believe that like this criminal justice system is supposed to rehabilitate people and make them better, but then we don't give them the opportunity to do that, what are we doing? Like it's a complete contradiction. And so in that, you know, we recognize that if we run around cussing people out, which folks who know me know I don't cuss anyway. So that's not my orientation. Hey, babe.
A lot of cuss.
He's a grown man. He's your dad, and no. So,
but I'm not. Okay.
But so while we have made the decision to take the high road, our child Cheyenne is like, nah, I want all the smoke. So even though we have said, Cheyenne, don't do that, she has been coming for folks. So if there are haters who are watching this podcast right now and you done got some smoke from Cheyenne and you thinking this ain't the real Cheyenne Hatcher, it is the real Cheyenne Hatcher, and she is for sure coming for you on this website, despite our best efforts.
No one has came after me personally. Like only one person came after me, but it was getting mad at me because it was like, so you mad at me because he my dad. Like that's basically what it was. And like just
and like, so this is the thing too about this, right? It's like, I think it's right that people don't come for you. Frankly, no one should be coming for anybody. If you are not the directly impacted person or connected directly to the family that's impacted, why would you come for anybody? Especially when you out here trying to like be the super save them for someone, for Cheyenne. It's people out here like trying to be vigilantes for Cheyenne, and Cheyenne is like, no, I'm cool. I don't need that. Thanks. Like people out here trying to be vigilantes for Melanie. Melanie is like, I'm good. Melanie literally tells me and Dontez how she loves us. Like y'all trying to put on some capes for her is wild. Putting on capes for Cheyenne is wild.
Wow.
It's wild. And then the one person, sorry, I just got to say this because I done referenced it a few times, but we got to talk about it. Y'all see, I've come loose. But like the one person who came for Cheyenne basically just said, the dude, his thing of coming for her was basically them coming for her because of her dad, because of the actions of her dad. As y'all have like heard us say many times over, Dontez has gotten overwhelmingly positive support, which I am grateful for. So grateful. Thank God for. And also, what the heck? Why am I the one? I have been the target of all the things. Everybody is coming for me. And I don't know if it's like, this is a test from the Lord of like, I need to really make sure you ain't about to cuss people out or what.
No, he telling you.
But baby, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Nobody's coming for Dontez. They are only coming for me.
Because like I said, if Dontez was to walk, if Dontez, I'm sorry. If my dad
ooh, girl.
I I saw you just say Dontez too much. And my dad.
Baby, did you catch that?
Yeah, like, hold up.
If my dad was to walk in the street, none of them would say anything. If they would say it across the street. Like, but they would say it to you because they just feel like he probably a threat, and they wouldn't say it to his face.
I think they say it to me because of a very clear issue that we have in this country and world called sexism and anti-blackness. It's like misogynoir. I'm a black woman, so people think they could just say whatever they want to me. And it's I know black women be sliding my DMs talking about hope I get raped and killed and all kinds of stuff.
It's just like, why are you even saying that? Like are we gonna read them?
No, we are not going to read them.
Why?
You want to read them?
I want to see them. I want to.
You can't respond to them though.
I'm not going to respond to them. I'll respond to them on here.
Oh, but read them?
There was one.
I'm not about to read the worst of them.
Can they still hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Oh, there was one where they were like, that one of them was like, oh, I'm not, like, I was dead. And then one of them was like, I helped, like, I was JaNaè's, me and JaNaè helped you.
Oh my gosh.
My mom, I was like, did y'all even watch it? Like, are y'all stupid? Sorry. I'm saying stupid. Are y'all stupid? Because it had to be somebody just trying to, like, that was a troll and not knew what happened, but just trying to like you know, piss you off and stuff.
At this point, most people haven't watched. Actually, a lot of people haven't watched the show. They just trolling.
They definitely have not watched the show because yes, there were women talking about Cheyenne. Don't you message them? There were,
ma'am. You look.
There were people who were basically. She's reading these.
I know what we doing.
Okay, fine. But I was giving more context to what you were just naming, how people were saying crazy things like me and you plotted together to kill your mom. Yeah. Like this like weird things.
I didn't even know where you sat, JaNaè, and Cheyenne was 3 weeks. So
yeah.
That happened.
So yeah.
Now let's go to Jonathan. Need a good woman like you.
Oh yeah.
Jonathan, you can just go ahead and go to the left. Lefted buddy.
Yes, for sure.
You know what, Izzy? You know you are low for marrying an incarcerated man that would murder his former girlfriend child. Sorry.
See, that's what I'm saying. They don't know what's happening. So yeah, so this woman just messaged me. It looks like a black woman potentially. Who says, you know, you are low for marrying an incarcerated man that would murder his former girlfriend and child. As child sits next to me, well, grown woman now. But
like I do hope his girlfriend 3-week child come back and haunt you.
Yes, yeah. That's what I'm saying. But
no, she need to get a DNA.
This is the thing, is like there are now just like bots and trolls that are like creating stories that are basically saying that Dontez intentionally murdered Danielle, which we know that is not true. God rest her soul. Like Dontez has literally his conviction is involuntary manslaughter, which is like this was something not voluntarily done, thus done by accident or mistake. Like people need to pay attention. He does not have a murder case. Like, my God. Anyway, breeding is fundamental. And then, yes, also they're just spewing up stuff, and they haven't even seen the Netflix episode, which does a bad job at telling the story. But they're just like reposting what random people write and say. But I don't know. I find the like hurtful. Oh shoot, we almost out of time.
Conversation rolling. No, y'all keep it rolling.
Well, I was just gonna say, I feel like the most hurtful of the comments are the ones that question my faith, because I do take my Jesus and justice very seriously.
Oh, I know.
And like the things that they'll say, like how could you use Jesus to forgive him? Which I just think is like mind blowing for me.
What?
You know, or this one saying, how are you playing an advocate for the Lord, but you yourself are ignorant AF? Like, it's like, what is happening? It's such a...
I could never wish any
I could never wish any harm on anyone, but I sure do hope his first girlfriend and
Okay, so how
three-week-old
you
child
say I
come back
don't
to
wish
haunt
harm on
me
anybody, but then
and
say,
receive their justice so they may rest in peace. I don't even know what that means. May my dumb A get to experience the exact same thing that he did to them. She says this after she just said, I won't wish harm on people, but then she hopes that my dumb behind experiences this.
Thank you for using GTL.
It's crazy.
that's okay. Izzy will be dealt with.
No, she will not. You're going to leave that woman alone.
No, I will not. Who you admit to, so I know I could easily found. I know you could easily found someone on the outside, but you gonna
Don't say
ask
it.
what that murdered his girl and left the baby, and you believe that's a man or woman.
You know they can't hear you when you mumble under when you read.
They want me to
It's
read
still
out loud.
That's otherwise.
I'm
it's
sorry.
not-
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about what I'm gonna say.
You are not gonna say nothing. But I told you all these requests,
thought they
they're
could
all
see.
bad. I told you it's all
So you
bad.
don't-
And I've been like just deleting them. So these are just the last few in a couple days. Yeah.
Sorry, Taylor. Sorry. Hold on.
What you about to do?
Just want to click on her note.
No, because I've unblocked. I mean, I've blocked her, so you can't even do nothing. But you see, all of this is terrible.
And in fact, it's just like it's just all black.
It's all Black women. Yes, it's like calling me desperate and gullible, and do you even check on the child? Oh, I like this one though.
Did you even check on the-
So Diana Armstrong is saying, I can't be that desperate and gullible. All these free men out here, and I chose a killer, someone who I've known for 23 years prior to his awful mistake. Did you even check on the child of the mother that he killed? You're such a disappointing person. Your dad must be proud. My daddy is very proud of me, actually. My dad is mad proud of me. Thank you. Making us Black women look so bad. Shaking my head. But did I check on the child?
Yeah,
Cheyenne,
I'm right here.
are you okay?
I can't respond. I gotta respond because
No, you
I
don't.
didn't mention
No, you don't.
the child.
You don't have to respond.
So I gotta let these know
Dad's call.
that I'm apparently back from the dead.
That's wild.
You dumb. Okay. Why do you care, Jaden? Do you want to be with her?
This is the dude, I think, that said that stuff to your dad about, and then your dad blocked him. I deleted whatever he said to
Richard,
me.
be quiet. We got nothing to say to you. Sit pushing 80 and you got something to say. All right.
Yeah. I've probably been like, oh yeah, and all these is from before, so I've been deleting them. I left a few. All right, your dad's calling back.
I wonder if they put this much effort into somebody else's life.
I would want them to put that much effort into their own life.
Them bills.
Good Lord.
An unapproved application and three-way calls to communicate are strictly prohibited and a violation of
Many
DRC
things.
policy. Thank you for using GTL.
What you say?
Thank you for using
Nothing.
GTL.
It's too many things happening in the world for people to put that much energy. What are you mouthing?
I'm just saying they will be dealt with.
What about this?
Cheyenne, she was reading some of these messages that people were sending me, and she's now mouthing to the camera that they will be dealt with, as if I'm not about to be like, I'm not about to let you go message them.
It's just crazy. Like I just still feel some type of way about, even though people was gonna troll regardless. But the way that transistor, like these people come in your house, they play with your dog, they eat your food, they smile in your face, knowing they about to fuck you around.
Whoa. Thank you.
Excuse my friend. Sorry, minister. You know, but like knowing they about to mess you around, and then they take. I'm gonna say this. They take the person with the least facts, the least credible person, and then omit certain things and gear towards the end to make her seem the most credible on the show when she's the person who knows the least. Like that part still just gets me every time. Like I think that's the worst part of it. Yeah, the fact that Transistor or Netflix, should I say, didn't even know Monica existed. Didn't even know she existed. And I'm the one told them. And the reason I did it was because, I had drunk the Kool-Aid of we about to tell this story of reconciliation, redemption. And I'm just like, I wanted people to see that people.
That's not drinking the Kool-Aid, babe. That's the reality.
No. I drank the Kool-Aid and that's what they wanted. No, I drank the Kool-Aid and that's what they wanted. Like they didn't actually want to show.
I see.
They named the show Redemption. They didn't want to show nothing about reconciliation and redemption. They actually wanted ratings. They wanted to sensationalize it. Which, like I said, I drank the Kool-Aid, which I should have knew. I should have knew better. So I always blame myself for that too, because they were saying like this was the first time that we ever going to tell a story like this. They was laying it on thick. Like we never get to tell a story in this way, and your story is this and is that. So, and I know like I'm game. You game, Cheyenne, the Jenkins, Melanie, everybody's on the same page. But I'm sitting there thinking, like, you know what? Like, I don't want to give a misrepresentation of the reconciliation journey, because if you on this journey, not everybody gonna believe you. Everybody is not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. You're gonna have some type of pushback and some opposition. And I knew that Monica was that. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, and her voice shouldn't be silent. So I'm gonna let Transistor know about her, and if she wants to say her piece on the film, she should be able to say so. And I knew it was gonna be an opposition to me, but what I didn't know was that they were going to manipulate it to where they made her seem more credible, where they omit parts of my story and let her and the detective fill in the holes. And the most of the part when people don't see it, the detective wasn't even some of the stuff that he was saying wasn't even in direct response to the things that I was saying. These people take your words and your story and make it their own. Like they'll make it seem like people going back and forth when they're not. And then what the other thing that people don't see is Transistor is actually giving you an interview. They are asking you a million questions, and you're responding to those questions.
Oh, and they guide you on what to say. Did they not tell you, say it like this, or don't say that, or do it this way?
Yeah, they had me start. There was times they had me like start over, and I'm like, what did I say that was wrong? Like, say it like, I'm like, okay. They had me start over sometimes just to like say stuff, and
they just want to make good TV, and they want to set up edits to make it seem one way versus another. And then they add all this stuff that's not true.
But like, if you like, I know sometimes when for TV, like they want like a little spice, but what's the, like, tell the truth and like leave like what happened, or like, waiting for that part. They just like lie, like,
like Steven said, it's a mixed bag. Like they take some of the truth, but then they manipulate. Like I said, they omit certain things that I say because there was no holes in my story, so they just don't let you hear certain stuff. So then there's a hole, but it's a hole that they created.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like, okay, one thing is like one of the comments y'all was talking about earlier about dude was like, okay, how if you were so high, how do you remember it was an accident, but you don't remember talking to the detective or speaking with Tanya, which is still, the jury is still out on that because I don't even know whether I did it or not. But Netflix made it seem like I was high on PCP the whole time, even though they know, well, I'm going to say Transistor did, the people who actually come to shoot the film. They knew that I wasn't high on PCP the entire time. They took the story and made it seem that way. They know when everything happened, I was just drunk. I still remember everything. I smoked the PCP after everything happened because like everything was like weighing on my heart. I had the guilt of what I just done. Like the person that I love is dead because of me. And I'm also self-preservation is kicking in. So I'm also don't want to go to prison for life. And so I smoked the PCP afterwards. I smoked it twice. Once that night and once a little bit before I got arrested. But I tell that part. But Netflix, Transistor or whatever, they just chose to omit it and make it seem like I was out the whole time. The same way they make it seem like I got to go to the parole board in 2025, even though they know that I don't.
Right.
It's just like they took it they said something about I took restorative justice classes in college, which I don't even know if that actually exists in college. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, they made it seem like our entire connection was about you getting out early.
That was not the entire thing, though. It was like we wanted you to get out early, but then you end up facing your full time. People act like you wasn't gonna get out at all. I'm like, okay, but he's still gonna get out. So what now?
I'm gonna tell you what it was. See, they had like even they said when I reached out to JaNaè in 2015
Right.
on the little cut card or whatever, that I reached out to her about an early release. And we told them that wasn't true. They put it on it anyway. But they did that because they wanted to tie it to something that Monica was gonna say later on in the show. But
I mean, they did the same thing with the restorative justice classes. It was like all trying to tie it back to things that Monica said, which is wild.
Because it was to make y'all look bad, and Monica was the only one on the film that thought you were a liar and just didn't like you flat out. So y'all look bad, and then it ties what Monica says, so it makes her make sense and not just make her look stupid and the detective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, and it was just crazy. But the things you heard the detective say wasn't even in response to what I just said. They might have showed him listening to me, but his actual response to what I said, they never played. What they asked him was, why did you think Jamel Hatcher was guilty? So, and he gave his response to that. That was his response before he ever heard me say anything. They didn't even play what he said after he heard my story. And that's what's crazy. So like I said, they take it, they knew what they were doing the whole time. They maliciously did that for TV.
Yeah.
And so
it would be good to follow up with that detective to see if what Rosa, one of the Transistor producers, told us that he said, the detective said, because according to them, the detective said all these good things about you. Like, oh, I'm so glad he connected with his daughter. I'm so glad he's changed his life and got it together.
But then as soon as
this all exactly. It's like, oh no, they said it on camera. They just didn't put it in the film. They said that the detective was like, after he saw Dontez actually explain what happened, he was like, oh, this totally makes sense because we could never put together all of the evidence, which is why they actually couldn't convict you on murder. The only reason they even got you on involuntary manslaughter is because you confessed. Like, they did not even have the evidence to say you murdered her. So like, the detective admitted that. He said that in the show. He's like, yeah, we didn't have enough evidence. The prosecution kept saying we don't have enough evidence. And so then he's like, when he hears your story, when he hears what you have finally said out loud and said what happened, he was like, oh, this all makes sense now. But of course, that would be too much like right for Netflix to show that on the film.
Yeah, because it was like Monica and the detective were on the same page. And then it was me, my mom, you, and my dad. It was like all
and it would have been too hard for them to have the detective be like, oh, I was wrong. And then Monica, who is connected to the victim and like, you know, dealing with her own layers of trauma but for her to be like, to turn into the villain, and they couldn't make her a villain in the show. And so now it just turns out I'm the villain. Apparently you the villain in some kind of way, Cheyenne. Like your mom, like,
what did they say about my mom?
The thing that I said to Monica,
it's been a little crazy.
They didn't even play that.
You said what?
I didn't see nothing about her.
What you say, Dontez?
Be there.
No, I said my actual response to Monica, the thing that I said, they didn't even play that. I think a lot of stuff that I was saying was I was giving a lot of introspective answers, and they like, yeah, you can save all that smart shit for college. Like most of the stuff that I said, most of my responses, they didn't even play. They just kept having, and I wonder why both interviews, they kept having me say the same thing over and over, and I kept saying like, bro, you keep asking me the same question. They were trying to make me say something different. I don't know what it was, but I'm like, man, and I kept saying on the second interview, I said, okay, once again, this, that, the third, but I'm not even thinking about the power of how they're going to be able to edit this. So I wasn't even thinking about it. But it was just like, yeah, but it was just like, even with Monica, I was even saying that, like, at the end of the day, people process trauma in different ways. You know, and she's still dealing with her trauma. I'm like, so I'm not going to come on here and say nothing bad about her because at the end of the day, she lost someone because of me.
Yeah.
So, and I talked about all the stuff that I've been told by the Jenkins that she's been doing since Danielle's death, all the things that she's been doing, and I commented on that. Like, they never even played that part, and it was just like, oh, okay.
Okay, well, we're going to quit giving airtime to the crew of people who tried to screw over our family and to the trolls who are trying to destroy reputations and character because they can't. The Lord is with us and keeps us. And Cheyenne, we're going to continue to take the high road and not curse people out in their DMs.
Why?
Because
how come they could be rude but
we can't let other people change who we are.
But I was already like this. They ain't changing nothing.
Lord,
I was already like this. They ain't changed not a thing.
I'm trying. We're trying.
If someone if someone gonna hate, they get the response back. And if they say something positive, they give us a positive response.
Yes, but if as you continue to try to be a positive person, always deep down, you want to continue to show light. Even when people are dark, your light will cancel out their darkness. Light will always be dark. It will always be darkness.
Think about what you just said, Cheyenne. You said, like, if they get positive, I get positive. If they give hate, you give hate. But remember what I talked about earlier about being a thermostat and a thermometer. Like, that's being a thermometer. Like, they giving out this. That's being a thermometer is what I said. Like, so, like, if they give out positive, you giving out positive. They giving out negative, you giving out negative. You just reflecting what the temperature is. But when you the thermostat, you controlling what the temperature is. So it's like, okay, I'm giving out positive, and you can respond to that however you want to. So you could be neutral about it. You could go hate. You could give positive, but I'm staying positive. I'm like,
I was most likely checking their temperature. I was checking.
She was checking the temp. She was like putting her hand on their forehead and kind of like trying to see where it was. And then it was like, oh, it's making me a little warm too. I think that's what was happening.
I was checking the temp.
And you got to check the temperature. You got to check the temperature before you change it.
Now, some I just went full on in, but then the girl on the Facebook, I was checking her temp. Like, I'm asking her, like, are you one of the haters? Like, what is this before I decide how I respond? See, I'm checking the temp.
I just gotta say for the people who watching it, who may be some of the trolls, like, if you just trolling for the sake of trolling, then just say that. Or because you cannot sit here and act like you are doing this in the name of Cheyenne, or doing this in the name of Melanie, or doing this in the name of the Jenkins, which the people who raised Danielle since she was 2 years old, because these are the people that love me. So how are you giving me hate? And these are the people who's loving me, who's loving my wife, who's loving on us. How is that you doing something for them? Like, this is for you. This is for your own self-gratification. This is something that, it might be a trauma response. It may be people that have been through some stuff, and this is their toxic way of coping through some shit somehow. But at the end of the day, don't sit here and claim to do it in Cheyenne's name or Melanie's name or the Jenkins name. It's like, because you're not.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, just remembering that where there is forgiveness, nothing grows there. You can't grow anything good from that. So, like, you got to figure out what it is that you need to do to heal through it. That does not necessarily mean that whoever hurt you, you need to, like, be in relationship with. You want to keep yourself safe. But it does mean that you need to heal and you need to forgive, whatever that looks like for you, so that you can grow. So,
Sure.
All right, let's end this one because we're going to go eat soon.
What y'all about to eat?
Food?
Yeah, with.
You said what?
Oh, you can't fly, huh?
All right, babe, how you close out your show? This is yours. Technically. No, you was talking a lot in the beginning.
You said this is the Black is Jesus podcast. Oh, my stomach. See, that means it's time to go. Come on.
All right, y'all. So until next week, next time, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. And get one more in before you go back to Cleveland. We could do like a family night or something. Y'all down for that?
Maybe. She going back. She going back in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, we could do one tonight. Okay, it may be coming. It may be not. But signing off, Black is Jesus. My two lovely guests, my wife and my beautiful daughter, my Binti, Cheyenne. We out.
Bye.